Welcome everyone, welcome to Bad Money. Unbelievable guys. If you don't know, I'm just a mailman learning the lines. But I think I'm the only human in the world to have called the top on gold and silver, plus its Bitcoin pairs. Plus I think I just called the bottom on Bitcoin and the whole crypto market. I've been posting about this forever. Look, this is back in December of 25th. I already had some of these levels for you guys. This line that connects this point, right, to this point. I've been talking about this for quite a while. That's in December, and I know I had posts before that for sure. But let's not go that far. So look, in December, I already had all these lines for you guys. I also had predictions for the total market cap. Let's see where those are at. The total market cap, guys, these 2 points I can show you later, gave us this drop, and then we were building support, and then I made a video saying that we were probably gonna, if we fell right here, we are gonna go to the next level, and I showed you guys that line on this video I made. Um, I also just called the gold and silver tops. Let me show you guys. When did I post first about this? So that I was calling for a retest when we broke out of the zone, and everyone thought we were going bullish with the Clarity Act and all this. I said there was going to be a retest, and that's exactly what just happened today. Where's my gold charts? Okay, so right here on January 23rd, right? We are now in January 31st is today, so that was like 7 days ago. I was pointing out these Bitcoin versus silver charts that they were looking really similar. This is Bitcoin versus silver, and this is Bitcoin versus gold. Look, it almost looks like the same freaking lines. It's crazy, right? So that's when I was seeing manipulation. So then I went drawing lines, and I connected these two dots on gold that gave me this interesting line that also hit this point right here. And for reasons I guess I can't explain yet, but creativity, right? I thought that this could be a top. I just knew that we were overheating. And then I went to check out silver, and it was like the same exact chart. I was also looking at the dollar. I was saying that we are gonna lose this level, that we're gonna come retest one of these two lines, and that's what's happening right now. So I'll show you. I made videos about it. I kept saying we're gonna go to these levels, right? These lines that connects these two dots. Here's my silver chart. Look, it looks exactly as the gold one. I think we had just hit it. Um, but it's the same chart as gold, as you can tell. This is Bitcoin versus gold. I hadn't hit it yet. Wait, that's another post. And this is my gold versus Bitcoin. And so yeah. So as I was getting close, I was warning everyone. Bitcoin versus gold hit. Then I put the horns on gold, and the price has been crashing ever since, guys. It looks really bad right now. Bitcoin versus silver hadn't hit yet. I made a video about it. I thought we were gonna get a bounce, but that ended up failing. And this morning we fell even more. So we had this drop, and then we came all the way into this box that we had established already. Gold, here it is again. Um, and this morning I said, pick a line. Moment of truth. Major BTC support about to be tested. Because this morning I woke up and we had gone below here, and I was like, I think we're going to this line. Maybe even we can dig deeper into here, but I think we hit bottom. We're about to hit bottom. We're bottoming out because this is what the chart kind of looks like right now. So let me pull them up live, right? This is the same chart from this morning. These are my two dots that you can get from the daily. If you just take the two red candles right here, this first one and this one right here, that gave you today's drop. And we're having a nice reaction. I don't know if these lines are going to hold, right? But I know there's going to be reactions at these levels. I was also looking at this line because it's an important level where the price found support. And these levels always have a bounce, right? And on top of that, I knew about this line. We had another one before that, but we lost it, right? As you see on my X. So it doesn't mean we bottom out. Maybe by Monday, the price comes and hits this line. Maybe, you know. But I think we're still gonna bottom out because well, this is another view of Bitcoin chart. I think we just want to get like above here. Let me delete some of these lower time frames right now. I'm trading it, um, but we need to get back above this weekly level of support for me to feel better about this drop. But it's looking good because I mean the dollar continues to crash, but as expected, it fell below this green line, right? That I'm waiting for it to break, and it still hasn't broken down. It could go as high as maybe here, before it hits its head and comes back down. So the dollar's struggling for its life right here. But I think we're gonna fall all the way to here with the dollar. That's like a 13% drop, I believe, right? From here to here. I think we're going to this line. So let's say 13, 12% drop on the dollar. That means that everything else is going to go up in if you measure it with dollars, houses, gas, food. So something really big happening right now, guys. There's big players. There's BRICS, right, which is China and Russia and Iran and India. Some of these countries with massive populations, and there's us and our financial system that's completely broken because we used it as a tool of war for the empire, right? And all these countries don't want to play this game anymore. And neither do Americans, honestly. Our political leaders don't work for us. And now we have things like CloudBot, which basically can take control of your computer now. So many jobs are about to get completely annihilated, and there's simply no plan. And it's all happening right in front of us. The dollar's collapsing, right? Gold, like I said, I called it. I think I'm the only human that's ever called two tops like this. Um, Hopefully, my Bitcoin prediction comes true, but it looks like it is, right? Look, gold already dropped pretty hard. Let's go to daily here. It's gone down by what is Lord Jesus? So it dropped like 16%. I don't know, but all that momentum of this candle, you just broke all the support. So you're gonna have to come down and test some other levels, right? That I'll find later, but not right now. So gold is still dumping. This is gold versus, I mean, this is Bitcoin measuring gold. Remember, we have these two levels. I can't make any lines below this line, right? There's nothing else to connect it over here, right? So that's where it ends, and we spiked into it. It makes sense that we would hit one of these levels, right? This level right here and this level right here. We didn't want to touch this level for sure, but if we can get back up here, and especially above this orange line, I think that's gonna be confirmation that my prediction is coming true. Like maybe we pop out above here. The first boss is gonna be right here at 22. Um, but if you see Bitcoin above here, watch out. At the same time, silver, I called this top two, dude. That's so crazy. How did these 2 points? Let me go back to the weekly, show you how I got these points. Look, I think I got the gold one first. Here's the silver one. You take the bottomest candle to next open candle until I found this level that kind of made sense to me, just because of where we're getting close to it, Um, and also it got back tested right here with this candle, so I was on it. And then on top of that, on the gold too, I can show you how you get these 2 points. A lot of it just comes from creativity, and also look, we have this retest right here, so that's pretty crazy. These 2 points gave us this drop, and you always come back and retest when you break out of these levels. You got to come back and retest the line. It just happened that the line was all the way over here. And now gold looks like crypto, right? This is probably all the crypto bros moving into gold and speculating. People don't really want to hold gold, or they're just speculating. Everyone's just trading, right? It's insane. So this was the worst time to buy gold. That's why the media is pushing it on you, because they were gonna sell, right? That's where there's all this shit happening with Davos and BlackRock and Chase and the Clarity Act and Coinbase and these crypto cartels. And then we have BRICS, right? We have the old money versus the new money, right? With the crypto bros and the Peter Thiels and Elon. And we have the old money, the old banks and all that. And they're going to war with each other. But also our dollar is collapsing in front of us because we just, our leaders, all they can do is print more money. That's what always happens, right? That's why all empires die, and we just continue to do this. We haven't learned from history. This has happened before. Just look at the Roman Empire, how they devalued their currency, and there's so many other signs that we're at the end of empire right now, guys. So there's a reset happening, and we need to wake up, and we need to wake up fast, and we need to realize that we now have the tools to literally replace our political elites. It's time to remind them who they work for. They completely sold us out to not just other countries, but to corporations, you know? And we always have to carry the weight on our shoulders. We Americans are getting robbed. And that's why I'm here, to educate more people on money. And that's why I was trying to warn people that the gold tub was coming in. Don't buy metals, buy crypto, because crypto, look, has been bleeding forever. You don't want to. This is max pain. Maybe, yeah, we come in here, but this whole zone right here, you should be buying, right? Not only, you're also testing this old support, guys. The regulations are on the side. They already decided this is all theater. Okay, this is WWE. There's no democracy. This is all smoke and mirrors. You know, look, this is complete. I called this days before. This is proof of manipulation. Look how these charts, all like the gold and silver chart, look the same. There's people behind these charts. This is what the lines they use to manipulate us. I just proved it. Look, Bitcoin versus gold. There's no line before here. This is where they decided to buy. And if it fails, they buy again, right? Until, if it fails again, they'll buy again. But it's going to get pushed up above here. Um, and yeah, if you're a trader, this is where you go short. And on Bitcoin and crypto, this is where you go long. On top of that, let me show you the total threes. Where is my total three chart? Because it tells you, it shows you where all the alts are. Right here. So on my video, I think we had this prediction. Let me go back to the weekly. I made a video saying that if the level of support fell, that we're gonna come to this one. But I think we were over here. Where was it? Is it this line? No, this one. Yeah, this one is the one we were holding for a while, right? If I go to daily, look, it almost called this drop right here. You could have called this weeks in advance, right? You could have had this line. Look, I mean, every time you come here, we get some sort of support, but it was starting to look weak, and I was like, well, if it fell, what likes to happen is that these areas like to fill. See, there's nothing below. I can't make another line below that. So I already had that, and look what happened, just like magic. So now this is all the cryptos excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So this is all the altcoins. If they can get above here, that's going to be really bullish. All our altcoins are dead. Look at Ethereum, just lost the support. So this is gone. Maybe it comes back down and tests here. Maybe this is the end. Maybe this is where it stops bleeding. That's what I think might happen. But now I can come back down. This is Ethereum versus Bitcoin, right? Ethereum's been fighting to break out of this resistance for months, right? For a long time, since 2022, September. We've been held back by this resistance. We're breaking out, trying to get some support here. We lost this line, right? So then we came and retest this line again. We're having a bounce, and hopefully we can make our way up now. And if this goes up, that means Ethereum, you're better off holding Ethereum and therefore other altcoins instead of just Bitcoin. And look, Hyperliquid, even though a lot of the crypto has been dumping, Hyperliquid has been chilling up here, just exploding. This is what you see. They had this drop down to its line, build support. It's breaking out of here. I had a little fake out, breaking out. Maybe it comes back down, but this is what all the altcoins are going to begin to do. Look at XRP. Lost his line, so we're way below over here. Do we get to measure with this? Wait. Yeah, well, XRP, the chart doesn't look great. I'm wondering about XRP. Like, do you really need XRP if Chase can hold its own stable dollar? Why would you need XRP? So, but I think it's gonna be able to support. Um, it needs to get back up here for me to feel better. But look at this wick; it's getting bought out. I think that's a good sign. Sui is way below its support, but I expect these to turn white over the next couple of days and get back up here. That's a good sign. How far is this Sui? Did it go to this line maybe? This one. Okay. Well, I missed that one. But it's trying to build support there now. But it's better if it gets up here for sure. H bar. Ooh, yeah. Maybe we come down here. So maybe Bitcoin has another one more squeeze down. But I think it's bottoming out, guys. Look, all these cryptos dead. That's what I'm saying. This is when you want to buy. Let me zoom out on ICP. Look at look at this chart. You're trying to buy gold up here, man, when you should be buying ICP down here. You just have a better odds. That's how traders think. Ondo, they're working with BlackRock, so you know they're in the know. Anyone buying? I think by Monday next week, I'm excited to see what happens because that's when we'll really know if my predictions are correct. And what does it mean? Does that mean it's like a local top on gold, or is it a top for gold, or is China, Russia, and the BRICS nations just going to continue to dump dollars and continue to buy gold until they completely destroy it? And then is the U.S. going to jump into cryptocurrencies? There's so many things going on, guys. It's time to wake up. Oh God, I'm so glad this is bouncing because I bought some right here and it was down here earlier. Wow, what happened? See, this is connected to Base. This is a social media app. Maybe I should get out. That's looking good. Look, that's Sora pumping on Base. Cardano ADA back at the floor, guys. Back at the floor. There's never been a better time to buy ADA. Look at them right here. Once it gets above here, it's probably gonna start attacking here. And if I zoom out, guys, remember ADA was the biggest mover of the last bull run, 3,000%. It went from 3 cents to $3. That's bananas. So you want to buy gold up there, or you want to buy ADA here? This is an actually decentralized blockchain right here. BlackRock and Chase and the elites and governments should really be worried about something like Cardano ADA. Learn about it. It's also integrating Bitcoin. So if you're a Bitcoiner, you don't want to put your Bitcoin in any other chain but ADA because it's made of the same DNA, same values, actually decentralized. Let your Bitcoin work for you, right? Make it yield for you, and it never leaves your wallet. Remember, never not your keys, not your wallet. And that's why you need ADA. And look at ADA versus BTC, rock bottom. Remember last time this happened, 3,000%. Maybe it happens again, guys, right? That's what I think is going to happen. Uh, let me, and then talking about ADA, there's night. This is, look, it's only been out for a couple of weeks. Each one of these candles is a week. It's still trying to build support. Let me go into the daily. I really wanted to get above here again. That would be nice, but I already broke this candle, so technically we're here. Yeah, so 9 needs to get up here, but this is a fifth generation crypto, and it was also built by the same guy that built ADA, Charles, right? Hoskinson, fucking mad genius. He's playing 5D chess, and other elites don't even know it. He's all in, dude. He doesn't care if he loses all his money. Ron Paulian guy like me. And he created this for privacy. This is game changing, fifth generation cryptocurrency right here. I just got my drop from midnight. It was pretty easy actually. I just went to redeem, and then boom, I got 415 night. It's divided into 4 quarters. I gotta wait 88 days to get another 25%, so another 400 nights. But I bought a bunch. I bought a bunch down here where we're at right now. Fuck. So I'm break even. So hopefully it pumps. But there was no VC, no insider money behind this technology, and I don't think a lot of people crypto. I don't think a lot of people understand Bitcoin, or if they do, they don't really understand Ethereum. But then try to understand Cardano, and then try to understand something like Night. It takes a minute, but now we can have real blockchain voting that's private, safe, and secure, where we can keep things private, your privacy, right? But also show your vote. It's this is insane, guys. The world's changing, and AI, right, with these AI agents and Cloudbot and all this, they're taking over people's computers and shit. We need crypto. That's the next layer to AI because all these AI agents are gonna have to be able to do transactions for us. So they need digital money, and that's what's happening. A lot of jobs are about to get destroyed, but I think that means that banks, their jobs are gone, and politicians too. And I think these are the the empire dying, realizing there's nowhere to go, and we as Americans, especially the younger generations, we need to look forward. We need to think about America 2.0. We need to jump ship. We already have the tools to build the first digital nations, and I think we should be unite with other people in other world, and from the left and the right, males and females, the old and the young. We need to come together. It's the only way we win, and we have to realize that we have these cool tools at our disposal now. It's time to remind these political parasites who they work for, and I can't wait to see what Knight does. Um, so that's pretty much it, guys. So that's what I'm thinking. Did we hit bottom with Bitcoin? It looks like it, man. I believe in my lines. Maybe by Monday we're down here or something. I still wouldn't be stressing as long as we're up here by next week. But I'll keep you guys updated. Again, if I help make sense out of this chaos for you guys, and just follow me here where I put all my predictions. Bad Money 619, guys. Look, remember, I called the gold top before it happened, and silver. And now I'm saying Bitcoin has bottom, and that means crypto has bottom. And there's been no better time to buy. Not financial advice, but think like a trader. All of life is trades, decisions, inputs, and outputs. Welcome to the revolution, guys. This is Bad Money. I love you, and peace.